Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow, Alpha. Oh my god! Just dropped my fucking DualShock in the bin, and there was all Ming in there. Yeah. Okay, let me give that a little wipe. Maybe tomorrow, Alpha. Why did you say Wednesday, dude? What's wrong with Monday and Tuesday? I don't know why this piece of music reminds me of Oblivion so much. I guess it must be similar to something in Oblivion. Okay, Roman, it works. 12:15 PM my time? Dude, you're the most demanding viewer I've ever had. Demanding friend, I should say, not just a viewer anymore. You're the most demanding friend I've ever had. But maybe, dude, I don't know. The dog's coming back tomorrow, so I've got the dog from tomorrow until Friday, so I've just got to fit it in around her, basically. When she's calmed down and she chills out a little bit and falls asleep, that's when I'm going to be able to get cracking, basically. Well, let me think. 12:15. That's what, 6:15 my time. So perhaps, man. Perhaps. It's I just don't want it to start like minutes before school ends. Okay, but when do you? What, you finish school at 12? What time do you finish school, dude? I'll tell you what, I'll promise you this, Alpha. Before I play Hitman, I'll check to see if you're online or not. It takes 10 minutes to walk back home, and he's inconsistent of when he lets us out. Oh, you're still on the old summer school thing, right? Okay. Well, I'll make sure you're home, dude. If I play it, I won't play it unless you're at home. That's the best I can do in terms of promises. If I play, I promise you I'll wait until you're home from school. Just hit me a massage? I ain't hitting you with a massage, dude. You're gonna get me put in prison. God damn it. I know what you mean. I could hit you with a message. Okay, let me try and think where I was last time. I guess we'll have some kind of log we can read. Message lol. Ain't no pedos here. Now, let me think. Zoom in, zoom out, toggle fast, toggle slow, previous codes in there is correct. Combat radial, general radial, area map, options, active effects, love orders. What? Love orders? Does that say love? Did it say something else? Okay, let's try and remember what we were doing. Hold over when you're going to get on DayZ, mate. Well, my friend is getting it over the next day or two, hold over, so I'll definitely be back on then. Because I promised him I'll play with him. But I've got that bloody Generation Zero, haven't I? And that's kind of taken over my got myself a half gilly. Fist bump, baby. Fist bump. Nice work. Let's try and remember what we were doing. Journal. You have 4 entries. Okay, so there was my. I travelled to the Gilded Vale. I fell ill with a caravan bound for Gilded Vale. The caravan master sent me off with Kalisa, who unfortunately died. I saved Heodan, and me and Kalisa and Heodan, we went through the ruin, we got all our loot. And when we left this machine, we found this crazy machine with a strange man. The end HVV match, the end hero versus villains match was when my Wi-Fi was dying and I kept freezing. Oh, okay, brother. That's why we lost, man. That's why we lost Alpha. So yeah, that machine went off and it blasted us all over. I woke up, but Heodan and Kalisa were both dead. I was really sad about Kalisa, man. It gives you this really cool character at the beginning of the game, and then killed her off after like an hour. That was a bit harsh. So I remember travelling off, I cleared a few places out on the way, but I found a bear cave where I kept getting my ass kicked. So I moved off and I've arrived here. And here we go. When I arrived in Gilded Vale, you found the town was not the growing and prosperous settlement you had been told it was. Instead, you found a dying town at the mercy of a phenomenon called Wide One's Legacy, and received a cold welcome from the town magistrate. I remember that guy, he was a bit of a shit. Your prospects of settling in Gilded Vale looked bleaker as it was, but they may have been totally dashed when the tolling bells of Radric's Hold announced that their master's child had not been born in good health. The magistrate advised you to rest at an inn. Yes, we were off to find an inn, and we'll probably find that dwarf guy there, the dwarf chef that we saved. If you want to easy kill the entertainer, use the electric phone. Alpha, you know what I'm like, dude. I'll take a long time playing that elusive target. That's my little helpy thing. Okay, so we found some ooze. You know what? I just need to turn the music down. It's too loud. Still too loud. There we go. He is in trespassing area. Well, we'll sort it out, mate. So yeah, so what have we fought so far? This was the guy who gave us a spear for some food. A Zaurup is a reptilian humanoid about the size of Orlands. Orlands are the little halfling dudes. They adorn themselves with the bones of fallen enemies, mostly Zaurups from rival tribes. They also have an affinity for large feathers, which they hang and pin to their attire. Zaurup skin tones can vary from light green to a rustic brown. Their elongated snouts and overly aggressive behaviour have hindered them from communicating with the more civilized races of the world. They live in secluded tribal territories and are known for ruthlessly attacking anyone foolish enough to cross their path. They revere dragons as their gods and build their communities around the lairs of these powerful creatures. Okay. Wolves kind of speak for themselves, as do spiders, one presumes. Yep. The skull deer are large mammalian creatures that dwell in caves in total or near total darkness. As a result, they have poor vision and rely on their sense of hearing to navigate and find prey. The protrusions and hairs on their ears allow them to detect airflow, which is key to telling direction in an underground environment. They communicate through screeches and clicks and use these vocalizations. God damn, there's a moth in my room. They are communal creatures and will nest and raise young together. Okay. So we're going to the inn, and hopefully we're going to find that little dwarf friend. And he's going to be very happy with us, because we saved him. I guess this is like the main story. I still need to fix my condition, yeah. What condition my condition is in? I'm a bit ill at the moment. I've escaped the ruins. Okay, these are the ones I've done. And that's the one I'm on. What's this then? Okay, that have no leads, you have no leads, you have no side quests, you have one entry and tasks. Late for dinner. There we go, speak with the innkeeper at the Black Hound. Tenfrith was very grateful for my assistance in freeing him from captivity in the bandit camp. He suggested I speak with the innkeeper at the Black Hound Inn in Gilded Vale, who is in a better position to reward me for my efforts. So, where is the Black Hound Inn? There. Back and to the left. back, and it's JFK. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. Where am I? Shit. Okay, I'm here. Who are you? You're a child. I saw someone go into the temple. Papa says we're not supposed to. Your papa is a wise man. Oh, and I learned something else. I think I can, I couldn't do a bow before, but I think I know how to do it. I think I know how to get my bow on. You don't like Blast, do you? No, I only really like Heroes and Villains and Assault. Oh, that Capital Supremacy is quite good. This is what I scare kids with around Halloween. I'll have a look at that afterwards, Dober. Right, so I think if I move to my inventory, go back to my inventory, equip it, but I have to put it in here, and I was trying it in here. I think it has to be in your second, there we go. That's why I couldn't bloody get a bow before, because I was trying to put it in my first weapon set and it goes in the second. I haven't tried Extraction Alpha. I have not. So now to change weapon sets, you probably here? Yeah. Weapon set 1. Where's weapon set 2? Oh, I just click on it, okay. So now I should be using the bow. Escort payload will stop it from moving. Okay, cool, I've got the bow. Oh, Angry Townsman. Angry Townsman. Angry Townsman. And Aloth. I wonder who Aloth is. He looks like a bit of a sort. Let's have a look to find out what's going on here. Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf. Oh, we'll be friends. I am also an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
He's a kind elf.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
She spits at his feet. Okay, what's going on? Say nothing. Everyone calm down. Whatever this is about, I'm sure it's an overreaction. Ooh, a fight. Okay, well, I think, I don't know. Maybe it does warrant a big reaction. So maybe I should say nothing. One of these two seems to fit my character. I'm a curious elf. One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy Adir manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Adirans. Hey mate, don't get racist, okay? I am also an elf. Don't make us gang up and kick your asses.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
The second man thrusts his chin at the elf. He stinks of sour ale.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
What? He didn't... I swear he didn't have a Scottish accent the first time he spoke. But... okay.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
I think it's gonna go off here.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Okay, this guy's got 2 different accents. Something surly and raw flickers through his eyes, and then he kind of spoke like a Scot again. So, maybe he's possessed or something? Hey Toady, how you doing, man?
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. Yeah, we should warn them down. Back down, all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking? They're out here arguing. You're not going to take that from him, are you? I'm staying out of this one. I think this one. Let's all go and have a drink, guys. No need to fight. I have to stick up for my elven brother. And I don't want to have to kill you all. I've only just arrived in town. We don't want your charity either, foreigner. Goddamn racist motherfuckers. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Well, I kind of am. It says 3-on-1. Oh, okay. Well, they've attacked me, so they're fair game, I think. Hopefully Alof will attack them from behind. I'm just going to straight up morph and show these motherfuckers what a mistake they've made. As the last of the attackers fall, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors.
Same, Alof.
Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Give me a title for... not right now, Alpha. Ask me when I'm playing Thingy, dude. I need to concentrate on this, man. While I'm off to bed now, this starts to be a bedtime routine to say goodnight to Roman. Good night, Heldober. You take care, my friend. Yagalskadig. I've forgotten how to say it. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation. You mean for slaughtering them? You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. You're welcome. Well, I don't really like any of these answers. Certainly not that one. I guess you're welcome. I'm not really glad that they're dead. This one sounds like I enjoyed it a bit too much, so I'm just going to go, you're welcome.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts. Though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
We are fellow elves, of course I'm not local. He straightens his hood and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
You better have more to say for yourself than that, Aloth. I just killed 3 people for you. Please, I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity.
Maybe I have a new party
I
member
was born
here.
in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was travelling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times.
Yes.
Which these are not.
I had help.
And half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the
Rest
rest
in
would
peace,
kill you outright.
Carissa.
I'm curious. What exactly did you find there?
Several hooded figures operating a strange machine. Aloth goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks that I've just mercilessly murdered for you?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
Yes. People do have long memories. You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Well, what? I didn't hear that. Did I? I can't remember hearing that. Did he say that? He did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Wait, what? Oh, did you, Toad? Okay, I don't know how I missed that. Okay, well... Yep. Ah, that! He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Oh, right, okay, yeah, when he was talking in his Scottish accent. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief. But before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. What are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yes, I heard the same tale. I guess we're gonna definitely be partying up, I should think. Like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls. That's my own business. I'm not really the kind of person that keeps myself to myself, I don't think. I think I'm quite frank with what I'm here for, and I'm not a settler, so we'll go for this one. I need an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists.
Seek souls.
He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Powerful souls. The local lord has searched far and wide. So, he has rid himself of them. He nods at the gnarled old tree in the centre of town. His darting glance takes in the tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you.
Well,
Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
yes, I agree. I should get going, Aloth. It's been eventful.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
So do I. Especially elven numbers. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Alright. Aloth. Welcome to the party, Richter. Let's see what these guys had. Clubs. Daggers. Simple clothing. Some silver and copper. Which we will definitely take. I think we'll leave the rest. I don't want their dirty peasant clothes. Okay, let's have a look at you, buddy. See what you're like. What do you have? You have nothing. What do you use as a weapon? I guess if you're a mage, there'll be some kind of mace there, right? It's a scepter. Two-handed scepter. Crush and slash damage. How do we look at your character sheet? There we go. Second level wizard. Oh, he's a wood elf like me. Sweet, we're going to be great friends. Where is spells? He can use level 3 scrolls. He's got a 7 law rating. Alright. He can disarm level 1 traps. Leather armor. Okay, his abilities. Okay, he's cool. Exactly how I'd make my character. He's got that little emperor's ball of lightning magic in his hand there, Toady. Long dark hair. Like an 80s metal star. I can see why you like him. Arcane Assault, Distant Advantage, Second Wind, first level wizard spells. Alchemy is Dazzling Lights, I guess that's a blinding thing. Fan of Flames, Kalikoth's Sunless Grasp. I mean, well, we'll find out more about those when we start fighting with him, I guess. I don't think we can find anything else about him here. It'd be nice to get a little bit of flavour on his background, but I guess we'll find that out as we go along. Okay, well, I have to go to the pub because I need to get my Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. I need to get my reward for saving the chef. So let's go inside and hope the town guard don't come and see these bodies that we just left here. This place looks cool, man. Seems like there's a way out upstairs. Well, maybe we can go in that way. Let's just go in the front door. I do want to proceed to the Black Hound. New map discovered, the Black Hound. Okay, seems to be a relative. I was going to say it's quite empty, but relatively busy, I guess. Why, hello, villager. Good to see new faces around. Feels like the village gets smaller by the day. Okay, let's talk to Pasca. She owes me a reward.
Hail and well met.
Oh, it's you. Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favourite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back at work in the kitchen. She laughs. Ha ha ha. So what would you like? Well, we'd like a room. Could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Could I see what you have for sale? Let's have a drink first. I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. We have the finest cook in the Deerwood. Party gained 1,192 experience. Nice. Cookies. Okay, I've got... Is that my copper there? At the top, I guess? 286. What would you like, Aloth? Toadie, what would Aloth like? I guess we'll get ourselves a couple of ales. Oh, they sell potions. And camping supplies. A couple of ales, please. I'm gonna have savoury pie. And I think Aloth... Well, you know what? Aloth can have a savoury pie too. Unless Toadie put something in the chat before I bought it. Which he hasn't. Trade. 34 copper pieces. Hey! They're not both for you, dude. One of those is mine. Split. Where did it go? Hey! Where did the pie go? Oh, it's down the bottom there. No, cancel. What the hell? Beanie Boys Revenge. Okay. Stash. What the hell is going on? Oh, there's my pie. Okay. Let's just do the trade. No, we've done the trade. Move one ale to there. God damn it. Actions. Inventory. There we go. Okay. Actions. Use. Drink, boy. Pixel Tuna. Hallo. Guten Abend. Guten Abend to you too, sir. Oh shit, I think I gave it all to... Damn. Okay, well I'll just have this this beer that I've already got. And some fruit. Where is Fenfrith?
Greetings.
Tenfrith even. I'd like to know about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. Hey, I think I might be able to talk to animals. Oh no, that was Divinity. I forgot, that's my Divinity original sin character. Although I am a nature wood elf, maybe there's some kind of spell I've got. Place ended up in my hands somehow. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by the way of a good meal today. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. No, I'd like a room, please. Certainly, you're always welcome. Okay, so we can either have Labourer's Rest, which lasts for 2 rests, gives us 1 perception plus 1 mechanics, or the Deerwood's Pride. Oh, of course we're going to go for the best room. 113 copper. I thought she said that I could get a discount. Maybe that is a discount. How does the combat work? It kind of works. Did you not watch the other day, Toad? It's real time, but you can pause it whenever you want and like choose your different. So, have you ever played Final Fantasy 12? I think it works like Final Fantasy 12, basically, or Final Fantasy 15 as well, I think. So you set what you want to do. They start fighting, and if you want to change, you press square to pause the action, and then you can like do other things. You'll soon see. You know what? That seems to be a lot. That's half my money. I'm not sure I want to. We're simple. We're simple elves. We can stay. Okay, we get that one for free, I guess. But we want some comfort. We're gonna go for the Labourer's Rest. Nice, a nice crackling fire. A double bed. I hope Aloth didn't try to get frisky. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of the Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like mouldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Toady, check out Quill18's first couple of videos. They're quite long, but they're they show you how the game works, basically. My review is buy it, because you'll love it 100%, I guarantee it. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher! That wasn't... I didn't really say that with a gust of rancid air, did I? Let's try that again. Watcher! There we go. That was a bit more like it. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Party gains 464 experience. Okay, let's find the dwarf woman from the dream, I guess. Let's see if she knows anything about her. I don't really want to get another party member yet, I don't think. We'll see how we go with 2 for now. I mean, it would be handy, I guess. Okay, this is not going to be stealing, right? I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave it. Hey guys. Anyone seen Pearly around? He's usually drinking his head off this hour of the day. Hey, is this Tenfrith? No. That's a little waiter. I just carry the dishes. You'll want to talk to Pasca at the counter there. We've spoken to Pasca. I think I can press...
To whispers and shadows.
I think there's a button to press where it lights everything up, like in Divinity. I don't know what button it is though. Oops, going too fast. Thought this place was going under after the owner left, but it's held out. Oh, there were you then, another fool come to answer Roderick's invitation. Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the boy was born. She was the only family I left. Not sure where she is now. Places. I need another drink. I think you've had enough, mate. Okay, this looks like a named character. She could be our next party member. And she is with Strom Brightblade and Selena Vertivo. Okay, I might end up liking these guys. Maybe we'll end up with some new party members after all. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. I reach out for the soul. The Emerald Herald told me to seek souls, seek more powerful souls. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto the bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after the other, careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she is not satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can into the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Sounds like she's got OCD. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers her condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to anyone who will listen, anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her child disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and she tries not to jump. Okay, looks like we've got a healer, I guess. As you near, you feel okay. So this is cool. We get little bits of. Looks like I can reach into. I'm kind of like what's his name from Unbreakable, Bruce Willis. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking towards the boys, talking about a proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near the practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is sudden, explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses this last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs, and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds, and then slowly turn to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again, and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. Okay, so a healer and an archer. So I guess if we speak to Pascal again and ask her for help. Oh, there's our dude. Then this will be our help. A choice of, or maybe both of those guys. I'll go for the healer if it's a choice because I'm already an archer. Let's go speak to our bro. What is this? Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt. Hey brother. It's me, your friend. Ah, it's you, my saviour. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets. My dearest recipe. After this you will eat nothing else. A savoury pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. I've just had one, 10 for it. It was lovely. No, I didn't actually. I think he ate them both. I laugh. Okay, well where's the recipe, dude? Oh, my fucking ears itching like a motherfucker. Ah, okay. I'll name a dish. Thank you. Call it the Detour stew. Perhaps a fine dessert. Okay, call it the Detour crumble. Oh, what's this? We better not take those. Okay, I need to check if there's a button to light everything up. Oh, my fucking ear, man. Itchy like hell. Damn it. Maybe it's in here. Map, camp, journal, active effects, combat log, stronghold, options, inventory, formation, attack, level up. Oh, level up, let's level up. Okay, what do I want? Oh my god, I want my ear to stop itching, that's what I want. We'll make a little scratcher. That's a cocktail stick and some tissue. Hope I don't damage it. Okay, so what do I want actually? Points to advance. Okay, how many points have I got? I've got 7 points. Damn, okay. We'll do a few things. I guess we'll want at least one stealth. Ow! Probably not going to need this because I think the other guy had it. This is always going to be good. Wait, do I have to use these for the class unlocks as well? Or not? Doesn't look like I've got any yet. Oh man. My ear hurts. Shit. Some bonus each time they camp. First 6 grants the following bonuses. Damage reduction, received healing multiplying bonus rewards accuracy. After the 6th accuracy and bonuses become more powerful in the same order. Received. Survival can also be used in conversations and scripted interactions that involve wilderness challenges. Okay, this is going to be my access level 4 camping bonuses. So I'm already rank 4 in survival, right. 1 plus 2 Druid plus 1 Explorer. Okay, so I've only put 1 point into that, and the rest have come from my backstory, my class. Law will let me use level 2 scrolls, that's what I can do at the moment. Ooh, this will be handy. We should be a bit more athletic. And yeah, let's go with that. I wonder if I can save a point. Oh, unused points will carry to the next level. Yes, okay, good. God, it's so hot. Okay, let's have a look upstairs first. Alof. Potion of Wizard's double. Creates a duplicate of the cast to distract enemies. Oh god, I wish I knew if I could take this stuff or not. Just coppage lying on the table. I think Dee Dee said actually if it's just a gauntlet like that, you can take it. You know what? Just in case, let's just save the game. I don't want to get done for stealing. stuff's free. Awesome. Okay, can't talk to her. Oh my god, it's so hot. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else of worth in this town, says the woman from Thine. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thine. Sing us a song, Blissa. Yes, sing us a song. For the last time, I don't know any dwarven drinking songs. I'm from Loghome. Ha, you're right. She does get rosy-cheeked when she's angry. Deerwood, Part 1, Early Colonial History and some lockpicks. Am I still on picking behavior? Come on. Read the book. Let's maybe not read the book yet. I'll probably read that when I'm off stream. That's a lot of reading. I don't want to lose my voice. I can read a little bits of it. Deerwood's history actually begins in AD in 2602 AI. Locals were hostile and there was potential for conflict. The fair Koning of Adir, Fair Koning, first king, knew that this was too good an opportunity to pass up and sent more explorers to scout and map the area. Exploration continued over the next 20 years. Take it, read it later. Haha, like I said I would, 44 seconds, could have gotten 43. You're the man, Alpha. Crammed behind the books is a drawing that shows Eothas and Lord Radric in a compromising position. Take it. I guess it's... Oh. Shall we lockpick this?
I'll see what I can do.
Do it.
The work of a moment.
Well done. A rapier, some padded armour, and a duelist's hat. Hats go in many different shapes, sizes, and a wide array of colours. Deerwoodens are known for their modest rustic hats, while Valians are associated with broad-brimmed hats, featuring a variety of exotic plumes. I don't know if that hat kind of suits my character. I think I'd prefer a hood. But I'm not going to steal whoever clothes those are anyway. I'll just take the XP for picking the lock. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. You see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He does not get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist into the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists and feet with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, three smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the centre. He breaks a chair over a tattooed head, cackling. The trio position themselves in three parts of the room, and with a terse nod they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all three slump to the ground in an agony that's all in their minds. The burly man bows to a room of the unconscious and incapacitated before sauntering out, off-key, whistle trailing behind him. Okay, this guy sounds cool. What's his name? Deslok Najitep. We might get him into the party. So I think these are all going to be potential party members. Shane Mulrian, Shakes. You see an emaciated boy in chains, black holes for eyes, staring silently at a wall. If you want to play Battlefront either Thursday or Friday, hit me up. Okay, Alpha. I'm be honest with you, I don't think that's going to stay on my system for a great amount of time. It's just too big, I'm not going to want to play it enough. The boy glances at him, expressionless. Wait, a man in a dark coat walks in, a scroll and an oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him, expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man clucks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limbs hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. Hating it. If you want to play Battlefront 2, hit me up. I'm not really hating it. I don't know. I do like it. Just not a great deal. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finishes with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbols to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally, the glow disappears, leaving only hard black scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching, eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking him on the leg, on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black like holes, twitching, growing into convulsive shakes. Hey, we all have fun when we're on together. Yes, Alvin, we do. So I guess Shakes, like, was the boy? And he's been like, I don't know. You can create companions. Really? Really, Toadie? Is that when you've got your, what's it called? Hang on. Your, stronghold. Because I know you get like this stronghold thing. It's like a big base kind of thing that you build up and do things with. At a bar, okay. So that's going to be here, I guess. You see a long empty road cutting through two large crop fields. The air is silent and the land seems too still for early afternoon. This woman walks slowly along the road, leading a horse, curiously looking round. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high, her brow crinkles, and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. Fire? She looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the fields again. Not finding what she was looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. Okay, well, only the first guy out of these three kind of appealed to me, this Deslok Najitep. Seems like a bit of a warrior dude. So I think we found 5 different... Oh, here's the hound, okay. The hound stares at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up on you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry girl, don't think he's going... I could use a good dog. Here girl, pet the dog or leave the dog alone. I'm not going to take the dog with me. Might be a pain in the arse, but I will pet it. The dog's tail thumps happily against the floorboards. Yay. Take care, Black Hound. That will lead us outside to the door we saw. I wonder if I can leave it some food. The bones are covered in tiny bite marks. Do I have any food left? Any meat? Yes, meat. Actions. Move to inventory. Actions. Oh, I can't drop it. Oh well. Sorry, doggy. You can't have it. said to opens one's awareness to one's place in the world, raising one's ability to recognize and react to threats. Okay. I don't know if I'd wanted to create a companion or not, Toad, because they're not going to have like backstory and stuff, are they? For my first playthrough, I'll probably use the companions that the game gives me. There have been some quite interesting ones already, so let's see
How do you do?
if we can get one right now. Oh well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let me see what I have to work with. A level 1 adventurer? Oh, you have to pay for them. Okay. And I don't have enough. Oh, you can respec here. Party manager, adventure tutorials. No companions available to hire. Okay, looks like we're on our own for now. But these people all look like potential companions. I can't actually talk to them anymore. Maybe we have to do something else first. Anyway, thank you,
Greetings.
Pasca. We are off now. Have a nice day. So I need to go back to the tree to look at the dwarven woman, the Animancer, to see if she's actually dead. I hope she's bloody dead. Oh, it's so hot tonight. It's night time. Somebody's come to the bodies. I hope they are not their friends or relatives. The crops are blighted. The legacy is upon us. This place is cursed. Cursed, I tell ya. Right, where's that tree? It's right there. Alright, you there?
Were you looking for someone in that tree?
Yes.
I could introduce you.
That's a strange way to talk about your dad. Ooh, looking for anyone who can help me feel better. Yes, this. Okay, look at this guy, man. He's smooth. He's got a piece of straw in his mouth. He's got the Jaime Lannister hairdo. Well, the TV version. He gives an understanding nod as he takes a long... Oh, it's a pipe, not a piece of straw. My condolences. He exhales and turns his attention away, watching the village around him. Oh, well, that's not very helpful, eh, dear? Welcome to our lovely village. Okay. The dwarf woman's alive, or I don't know, something's going on with her. Caldora de Baranzi. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward, rigidly, from one side to the other, and the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings. There is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Hey, listen, I'm curious, I'll reach out. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electrical surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman, and when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
It doesn't really matter how she's able to speak to me, I don't think. That's not going to help me much. I'm going to go for one of these. I kind of want this one because I'm a bit disappointed still that Carissa died and I didn't. I think I survived a BO arc. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die, and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
We macca the spaghetti. Toad. Toadie, this is not a comedy. You stop it. Be serious. This is more like, did you watch that series of 24 with the woman who had the son named Beiruz? And she was a really overactor, Beiruz. How are you able to... I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What is a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, no, not I. I'll tell you what I know, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
This music's just perfect, man.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. see memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Cadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Okay, we're going to find Merwald at Cadnua. I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
No, you won't. You got the spicy meatball. What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling.
Yeah, well, I know you were...
Allow
okay.
an old dwarf her last bit of cheer.
I know you were hung, but I kind of meant why. Like, why were you hung? No. Okay. State the bloody obvious, Caldara. De Baranzi. Yeah, maybe it's a bit of an Italian name, right? Oh, here we go.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Death. So she's some kind of midwife. Or a witch,
Nothing
maybe.
at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What is an animancer exactly?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
Still don't really know what an animancer is.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear. And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular.
I did.
Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed. Of course, dear.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Farewell, Caldera. It has been a pleasure. I'm pretty sure I'm not imagining it, so I'm not even going to ask that.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Detoa was granted Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. Party gained 1,000 experience, pretty much. Yes, I'm fine. This happens a lot. You'll have to get used to it. Folds his arms. That's good to know, but I don't suppose you could tell me what that was all about. I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. And I expect this has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins, hmm? In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're travelling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. I agree, Aloth. No secrets. Do you know anything about watchers? You're a watcher, Harry. What? Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. He coughs. As you just demonstrated. Let's continue on, Aloth. A watcher! Okay, new quest, the old watcher. What was that thing I got from her? Quest completed, visions and whispers. Something of the... What was something of the something? Was it a spell or an item? It said she granted me something. Okay, it's not an item. Active effect? No, that's just what I've got at the moment. Oh, okay, let's check the journal. Visions and whispers. Find the dwarf woman. I have a word now for what I have become, a watcher. It seems that if I am to learn more about this affliction, I must seek out the man called Meerwald in the old keep of Caed Nua. The spirit of Caldera de Berenzi, one of Lord Radric's unfortunate victims, is directing me towards Caed Nua, where I will find a man named Meerwald. Caldera has informed me that I am something of a watcher. Caed Nua is southeast of Gilded Vale, past the Black Meadow. I will have to travel there if I am to speak with Meerwald. Okay. She said, it was granted with something. Still not got no leads here. I thought I'd completed that. I have, I think. That's why it's thingied out. Okay, so I need to go down there. We probably want to check out the rest of this town first, right? We've only been to the inn. That's the way out. Go to the smithery, to Ingrid's or the windmill. Let's go check out the windmill. The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-coloured hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk. This guy's a bit of a cad, isn't he?
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
He's clearly talking about how many people are in the tree, I guess. I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I
Toad
think
was
you
granted
oughta.
Crucible of the Soul. That was it, Toady. Have you just rewound? Well done there. What are you talking about there?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Why would you stand here counting the corpses, sir? Aloth Thrones, is that what you people do for fun around here? That's exactly what I was thinking, Aloth.
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
Oh, they want him dead.
Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Yeah, I like you, Adair. What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
I've been out of sorts lately. Of course, well, we all have our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. He winks. Do you know what a watcher is, Adair?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here.
Oh, I am one.
Any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
Well, I'm who I claim to be.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
Don't be so sure. None taken. Good. They don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Why was your headman hanged? No, what does the town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
What kind of an introduction is that, Didi? Ah, how you doing, brother?
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
That's a good headman.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Raloth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Are you a nihilist? You were waiting for it? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Widewind's legacy started with Widewind. Hey, we could travel together, Adair. You can come with us, man. Where are you headed? Someplace called Cadnua. There's an old watch there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
So, does that mean you're coming with us?
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
That's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing.
Alright.
As long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Hey, I am the one picking the sights. So let's get going. Okay. Bring Eddie here to speak with Mowold. Let's have a... Oh, he's got huge endurance. 91. He's a 3rd level fighter. Meadowfolk. A deerwood farmer. Okay, so he's our melee guy, he's our warrior. 5 athletics. Constant recovery, defender, fighting spirit, knockdown, second wind, rapid recovery. What kind of armors you got? Saint's war armor. Unique, medium. Pierce proofed. Alright. It's got a longbow, I think. Looks like a longbow. A warbow. Scimitar, saber. Okay, Ada. Nice to have you, sir. I'm gonna give some of these things to my boy Alof. I guess I'll carry the torch. I'll keep that. I'll keep that. I want to know what that thing was I got. Oh, totally, I forgot what it was. I don't know how to find it. Quick items. Don't know how to use quick items. Oh, maybe it was a spell. Was it a spell she gave me? Oh, here it is. No, that's... Oh, watch your abilities. Yeah, this is it. Crucible of the Soul. Examine. 1 per rest. Speed fast. Range 8 meters. Area of effect 2 meters. Almost. It's an AoE attack. Drains 12.4 burn damage as endurance. Gives accuracy plus 10. Versus fortitude. The Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies. Okay, so I burn them and get endurance back. Cool. I can use it once every time I rest, essentially. Alright. What else do I have? Some level 2 spells now. Autumn's Decay. Corrode damage. Freeze damage. I've got a Blizzard. A burst of summer flame. Conjure the lesser blight. Summon a small blight. Summon a weapon. Firebrand. What kind of damage does that do? Forms a powerful sword with a blade of pure fire in the caster's hand. Nice. Hold beasts. Oh, I could go back and get that bear maybe. Insect swarm. Taste of the hunt. Guess we can use that when we're in cat form. Friendly AoE damage reduction. Forces a shrieking cry from the caster's throat, paralysing all but the most fearsome of animals. Paralyzes beasts for 10 seconds. Maybe I could go back and kill that goddamn bear. I've got help as well now. Okay, I got a lot of things. Don't know how I'm going to remember all these. Okay, let's get moving. Let's go, team. Salsword, keep out of trouble. Why do you keep out of trouble, mate?
I have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well. My lord has issued an injunction on all new homesteads until he can be assured that the village has been cleansed of all Eothasians and whatever other undesirables that have brought this curse upon his lands.
I hope you're not looking at us as curse bringers, Mr. Urgiat.
It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I would suggest returning to your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay at the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long. I expect Lord Radric will be most thorough in his efforts to purify this place.
Jesus. This is outrageous. I came a long way. Then you should have no problem continuing on. Trust me when I say it would be best if you were not here when Lord Radric's men are dispatched from his hold. They will be looking for anyone who might have brought the legacy upon us, whose very presence might have polluted his wife's womb. They will extinguish all possibilities. Screw this guy. I don't like you, yet. Right, where was I going? I was going to check out the windmill, but I guess we'll check out this house as well. Maybe we can visit whoever lives there. So we've got to go this way. Put the fast mode on. Can I knock or do I just go in? Looks like I just go in. Ingrod's home. I did knock. I'm just going to run and get a packet of crisps because I'm peckish. Nonton. Hello, Nonton. It's a lovely, humble abode you have here. Ingroid. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Hail and well met.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this woman, Nonton? Nonton shakes his head. I don't believe so. Was there something you wanted, stranger? You two seem in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and she looks at Nonton. Well, in truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. I'll be honest with you, Ingrid. I totally understand you. I've only been here 5 minutes, and I've had my fill already. Nonton reaches to take her hand. It's time for some new scenery, he says. Is there anything you can tell me about the Gilded Vale? Ingrid smiles wryly. Only that you'll want to be moving on as soon as you can. You'll have seen the tree, I imagine, but the rot goes deeper. If you were looking for work, I'd say you have a better chance of it elsewhere. We're headed for Defiance Bay ourselves, Nonton adds. Okay, thank you. I won't take any of your stuff, even though I'd quite like to. The bottle of Sonreid is half empty. Bloody drunkards. See you later. Adair looks like bloody Thor. Look at that dude. Cape, blonde hair. Oh, cutscene. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swainer, I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads. But we'll be back, Trumbull. And we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. New task against the grain. Alright, fellas. What's going on there then? Let me see what... must be a side quest. Some of the farmers in Gilded Vale claim that Trumbull the miller is withholding grain. The hungry farmers are on edge and it seems likely the situation will escalate. Investigate the feud. It seems that tensions between the miller and some local farmers are reaching a boiling point. Maybe worth investigating. The miller has taken refuge inside his mill and the farmers have headed to the local inn for the time being. Excuse me, I'm just finishing off the mouthful of crisps. An Alvin man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labour. His face is pale and drawn and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. You have nothing to fear. We are two elves. We shall bring you no harm. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. Oh, I need 14 resolve for that hidden response. The miller hesitates and lowers the club. Wait. I know you. You just came into town, right? Don't tell me Swainer's already got his claws into you. Gods, that's all I need. Any special ones? No. My name is Deter. I've only just arrived in Gilded Vale. Trumbull shakes his head. You picked a bad time to come visiting. Gilded Vale's had all its shine scraped off. Just a big dung heap now, and Swainer thinks he's king of it. They're all of them mad. What was that ruckus outside? Trumbull shakes his head. Oh, where to begin? Swainer's whipped them up into a froth going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound for ale, and Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields. Oh, sorry. You take a look at the fields on the way into town. The crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, well, it's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer's howling after things he has no right to. Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. Yeah, I'm not going to just go and kick off with those farmers. They seem to have potentially a legitimate argument. Trumbull frowns. It's not. He pauses. Luke Swainer has always been a rotten bastard. With stores so limited, maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Orphra, for instance. She's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Do the villagers know about the grain supply? Trumbull looks embarrassed. Well, some. The innkeeper, for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. The innkeeper? I wouldn't drink the ale. That's all I'm saying. Dude, I just bought 2 mugs of ale and drunk them. Oh no, I didn't. I drank my beer. Aloth drunk the ale. Because I screwed up the inventory thing. Okay, well I haven't drunk the ale. My Alvin friend has. I guess I could have a talk with Swainer. The miller all but sags with relief. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it if you can convince him.
Welcome.
You're back. I had more questions about this whole situation. What's to explain? This isn't very complicated. Okay, I have no more questions. Is there anything else?
Gods keep you.
Not yet. We'll be back. We'll talk to Swainer. I'm going to go full screen because chat's quite quiet, and then we'll be able to see the stuff better. There we go. Oh, he's a godlike. Did we speak to you? I think we spoke to him before. Yeah, I did that one in part 1. Oh, step back. Is anyone... What? Wait, what? What? Did I just run past the fight?
I wanted my knob gobbler jingle to stay for whole stream. Boo.
It's still there for you though, right? You've gained an item, Bereth's Bell. Well, let's go and talk to Swainer and the Black Hound. Sorry, Dee Dee. What was it? If you pitch a tent and you bed at night, who are you gonna call? Knob Gobblers. There you go. How about that? I sang it for you.
I guess I have to be satisfied with her saying knob gobbler, oh yeah knob gobbler, hee hee.
Hello.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. You know what? I hate all these racist shitheads who keep calling me a foreigner. That just puts me in a bad mood with them straight away. So already I'm not on Swainer's side. Oh, you lost narrows his eyes. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. You mean the ones that you got me to murder? Smells like it too. I saw you outside the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fancies himself a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name. Well, green is quite an important thing, Swainer. The dwarf's jowls quiver with rage. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. Well, the way I see it, you could always not give him your crops, right? You could build a little mill of your own. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. Okay. You should not speak to me like that. I cannot contain my inner cat if you make me angry.
Something tells me they don't.
Yeah, something tells me these guys are going to get it. What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? Sueno considers it briefly. He looks to the others. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats. It might be I'll feel up to trading words. Okay, let's go get 3 ales. No, let's not get ales because Millerman said don't drink the ale.
Good day to you.
Maybe they won't like ale.
They need a good knob gobbling.
I'd like to buy a round for the fine fellows over there. Fine fellows? You're having me on. Any more fighting and I'll have to ban Sueno from the inn entirely. The innkeeper frowns. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Oh, that's nothing. Give the 6 copper pieces. You gain 3 beers.
Welcome.
I bought the drinks. Aye, so you have. By the flame, I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of the Blaghound shit beer. Oh, excuse me, a little burp there. Gods, that's good, alright. No, gods, that's good. Alright then, you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Luke, there's no sense in threatening Miller. You have him up against a wall. Maybe you can ask some of the other villagers for help. Maybe you could tell me more about what's going on. You're a drunken menace and I'm putting you down. Let's go with the first one. Looks like Resolve's pretty good for conversation. Certainly in this town. Sueno eyes you for a few long moments, drinking deep from his mug. Then he sighs. Ah, you're right. Things go on like they are. We're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. He looks to his comrades. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Party gain 66. Well, that was easy. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs her hand around the inn. I doubt it. She does not speak very highly of you. You've made your point. Leave us alone, will you? I certainly will leave you alone. That was much easier than I thought it'd be. And much less bloody, too. Okay, gentlemen, let's go. You know, I want to check this house out here. Can we go in it? Doesn't seem to, actually. That's a way out of town. Hey, who's that? Oh, she's the villager. And so is he. These loading screens are a little bit surprising to me. I'd have thought a game like this would just be like quite simple to just... I mean, they're not very long, what are they, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Alright, Trumbull, I've done your dirty work for you.
Gods keep you.
You're back. Have you had any luck with Sueno? I spoke to him. And what did he say? I've convinced him to leave you and your family in peace. Why, that's... Really? That's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. I owe you a great debt. Here. He pulls a coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. Today's earnings to show my appreciation, and you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. You know what? I'm too soft, but keep it. You're having a hard enough time. We've got enough coin to keep us going for now. And we can always earn more from more prosperous folk. Oh, you're a generous soul, friend. And we'll have you to thank for making it through the coming year. Safe travels and may you find favour with the gods. Okay. Can we speak to your family now? Oof, dying. I'm glad you convinced them. Last thing we need is our grain stores burned down by a drunk. And Keiru. Thank you. You've given us a chance to turn things around. Okay, well, get back to work. Don't leave your father down to do it all. I am sure I want to proceed. If a character's endurance is reduced to 0, yeah, I know that. I know that bit. Give me a vape, you. I was thinking there'd be somebody in this town wanting me to go and kill that bear for some reason. Oh, what's that? Settler's arrow. Right, where else haven't we been? That's rude. We haven't been to Offra's house or the Temple of Eothas. Let's go to Offra's first. It's all the way to the left. Doran and Rudolfia. Okay, let's see what their souls have got to tell me. You see a large crowd gathered in the middle of a courtyard. This man stands in the midst of them, a cloak pulled over his head. Oh, he's a hangman, holding it closed around his neck. The crowd is congregated around a platform, and they all watch, transfixed, as a man is led to the platform, flanked by 2 city guardsmen. The man is shackled hand and foot, but carries himself as a nobleman, not deigning to even glance at the crowd. The cloaked man pulls his cover closer around his face and turns to leave, hunching over to avoid being seen. A crier on the platform unrolls a parchment and begins to read, but the man pays no attention, intent on getting away from the courtyard. The crier's voice grows louder and more intense as he reads, and voice from the crowd starts to punctuate his sentences. The jeers and shouts grow more frequent, and with each one, the cloaked man flinches and his shoulders droop. He breaks from the crowd, coming to the edge of the courtyard as the crier reaches the end of his proclamation. The crowd grows silent again, save for the occasional shout. The man turns back to look at the platform, seeing his father kneeling before the block, neck exposed. The executioner moves into position, lifting his axe to strike. The man turns suddenly, unable to watch. There is a wet thunk, and the crowd breaks into cheers and applause. He leans against the wall, regaining his composure, and straightens up. With obvious resolve, he strides off, away from the crowd, and his legacy. Doran's father. Doran's a godlike too. You see a pair of immaculately polished leather boots and an impeccably maintained goatee. Their owner, a slightly hooked-nosed man with a wicked grin and narrow eyes. He bobs his feathered hat at a nearby merchant as he ambles by, a small piece of parchment held tight in his fist, ink staining his fair fingers. He seems to know most of the merchants in the market, stopping to engage some, nodding at others, and even bartering for minor goods with the select few, always smiling, laughing, and exchanging jibes. He approaches a heavy-set God, this word's going to do my nothing. I did read how to pronounce it though. It's like as if it's Hawaiian. Aumaua. He approaches a heavy-set Aumaua. Smile plastered stiff across his face, and jokes about the weather. She jokes back, subtly palming him several gold coins. When he walks away, the paper in his hand is gone, and the smile on his face far more genuine. He tips his cap at her, winking, and trundles off with a new spring in his step. What's this place? Gilded Vale Home. What, is this mine? Oh no, this will be the one where I can settle, I guess. Let's check it out. Oh no. Kiriloth and Edlin Preston. I don't know if I have to read all these souls, to be honest. Oh, this one sounds interesting. You see a key turn gently steady and hear a ghostly click as the door swings inward. Two figures slip in, locking the door behind them and begin their prowl. Their hunt is efficient, and it takes them a little time to acquire a sizable collection of documents and oddly shaped velvet pouches. Quick hands fill pockets, rucksacks and bags. The door opens downstairs and everything freezes. Footsteps. A tired giggle. The thieves are all eye whites and short breath as they empty their pockets of all but the necessities. Anything noisy hurriedly replaced. Silence from downstairs, then tentative steps up the staircase. A voice calls out. One thief creeps forward, the other gesticulating wildly for him to return. He continues forward, crouching by the banister. He sees a gaudy shoe and shoves. The woman falls with a cut-off scream, rolling lifelessly to the floor below. Swearing, the second thief grabs her brother and they make their escape, collecting whatever value they can on the way out. A pair of thieves, eh? Edlin Prostem. And we'll keep an eye out for that surname to see if I can find your sister. That's a long one. Wizard scum. Wait, okay, this sounds interesting too. God damn it, these are too interesting. I'm gonna have no fucking voice left. You see a crowded marketplace. A woman wanders through the throng, strolling hand in hand with another woman. They peruse the vendors' goods, tarrying at the book merchants with a number of old and beautiful tomes, chatting with one another about what they see. One will pick up a book and show it to the other, who will take it, comment on it, and place it back on the shelf. Then the first will snatch up the book again and quickly pay the merchant before the other can snatch it back. They walk away from the market weighed down by packs filled with books, still hand in hand, standing close, comfortable and familiar with each other. As they pass down a somewhat deserted street, an object suddenly hits this woman in the chest and bounces off, rolling away towards one of the buildings. The women stop and look at the object, an apple, and then back up at the person who threw it. There's nothing special about him, aside from the angry look on his face and the other two apples he holds. Before either...
Beanie Boys' revenge is glitchy since they have weird movements, but it is possible to do. You just got to redo it a few times to know your SDR.
What? I don't know what you mean. Is that Alpha? Is that a contract, Alpha? Before either woman can move, the man draws back and throws another one at them, this time hitting the second woman in the forehead. He yells at them something derisive and hateful, something about a legacy and about responsibilities. The woman raises her hand to her head and wipes the juice and bits of fruit from her face and stares the man down defiantly. The first woman squeezes her hand and puts the other on her companion's shoulder, attempting to calm her down. The other woman pulls a book from her pack and holds it before her, muttering under her breath. She pulls her hand free and waves it above the book, an aura forming around her. The first woman is still trying to calm her down, but all she says goes unheard. The man, uncaring of the events happening in front of him, draws back and throws the last apple. As it arcs through the air towards them, the second woman brings up her hand and points at the apple. A glowing orb of energy flies from her hand and strikes the apple, causing it to explode, raining bits of apple down on the road and buildings around them. The man's face changes, anger joined by fear, looking like he's trying to decide if running or attacking is the better course of action. The second woman has started chanting again, her hands glowing, her eyes narrowing. This woman steps in front of her, placing herself between her love and their attacker. She touches her face, gently stroking it while whispering calming words. A kiss. The woman's countenance changes. She calms, her eyes softening, her lips regaining the lost smile. The first woman smiles again, as well, and kisses the other.
Of course is me.
Wizard scum, the man behind them says, and the two women turn to face him, staring him down defiantly. They join hands and begin walking in, moving past him without so much as a sideways glance. That's it. Ignore the haters. Wizard lesbian beauties. Okay. don't know what SDP is, Alpha.
Strategy, it's cut off.
Oh, okay. Oh, Pussytat. I too am a Pussytat. A dear wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Well met, friend.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry. I was expecting someone else. She gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you? It's a nice cat. Ulfra smiles brightly. Oh, thank you. She's a sweetheart. Keeps the house clear of mice, too. I thought I'd just get to know the locals. Were you what? Words. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master O'Damus, by chance? I was, and it's not good news, I'm afraid. I was, yes. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed. You knew O'Damus? Well, no more than most here, I'd say. He doesn't usually come this way, but they say he's a reliable old fellow. She pauses, brow furrowing. Wait, why do you say new? I'm sorry, but the caravan was attacked. I was the only one to survive. Ulfra covers her mouth with her hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a yawning, strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Oh, Kalisa. This is Kalisa's sister. Holy shit. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. Kalisa fought bravely beside me. We didn't want to lose her. I thought the game was pretty harsh taking Kalisa from us, to be honest. Kalisa was always so certain she could take on any danger. Offer sniffs. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Orpha's face crumples, and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Kalisa mentioned that she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. Orpha looks at you with some surprise before dabbing at her nose with a sleeve. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. It's not a small favour. Orpha wipes at her eyes. I'm worried about my baby. About the legacy. I told Kalisa as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now every child born in Gilded Vale has been, well, soulless. Empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Radric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavour. With my Hethor's gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hoped Kalisa could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollowborn, but she moved south of Anslog's compass 2 seasons ago. The journey is too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now, with Kalisa gone. More tears run down her face. Please, can you help me? Damn, okay, what are these kind wayfarers and gold-packed knights? I guess if I hadn't done them, if I hadn't come in here yet, if I'd have gone and maybe joined one of those, I guess? find Ranga for you. I owe it to Kalisa. Ulfra blinks, eyes wide. You will? Oh, God bless you. Here, I'll give you coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out of. Well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. You gain 20 copper. Anslog's compass is what we call a lagoon to the south. You'll have to cross the water. I'm going that way anyway, Afra. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. She clasps her hands together. Thank you again, truly. You'll be saving us both. She sets her hand on his stomach, smiling through her tears. Okay. Take care, Afra.
Well met, friend.
Whose lands are these? The Radric families. I wouldn't go near mine. Oh yeah, the smithery, we need to go there too. Hey, bad pussy tat. I guess we should kinda wanna check this temple out as well. Why are those two yellow? Do I have quests for them both? I've done the tasks. They're the ones I'm going on. Was Cadnawa south as well? So, well, southeast. So these are all same kind of direction, which is cool. I think. Oh, very funny. Pistol? There's guns in this game? We could go down there. Let's go to the smithery first, which is directly to our right. Black Hammer. Okay, I'm going to need arrows for one. On account of Tuatona sales, the pages are nearly empty. Tuatona, talk to me. This Awumawua man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? Is this your shop? That it is. Been here near on 20 years now. Seen all manner of things over the years. Good luck and bad. Tuatanu glances at the guard standing watching the wall. But the Black Hammer Smithery remains. What do you have? You've come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we've fine weapons and armour to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. Show me what you have for sale. Of course, you won't find finer anywhere else. Well, I find that hard to believe, but... We'll judge that as we come to it. Okay, how do I turn those things off? Wow, it's expensive. They're really expensive. So is that. Okay, so maybe you don't have to buy arrows, maybe you just get them when you've got a bow. It just like kind of assumes you've got them. So you got nothing really that I want, mate. So thank you, but good night. Don't tell Tuatanu, but I think Dunstan over in First Fires might have the edge on him. Okay, I'll make sure to check that guy out if I get there. Lord Roderick himself looks to the smithy for supplies. Okay guys, I think we're going to leave town. Oh no, we're going to check out the temple. And then we'll be leaving town. I really want to go back and fuck up that bear that killed me yesterday. Talk icon will appear on a companion's portrait if they have something new they wish to discuss with you. That's pretty cool. Hey, what's that icon on? How do I click on my icons, by the way? There we go. I think you can level up, yeah, I was going to say. Oh, 6 points. Let's, I wonder what the max is. Probably 9, right? Let's give you a couple of survival points. And that'll do, I think. Mr. Wizard, we don't want you dying. Oh, I can buy 2 new spells, I guess. Right. It's confusion. Blinding. Kind of want some damaging stuff, I guess. Creates a mystical shield on the car. He had quite a lot of spells, I think. Could be a fire wizard. What should you specialize in? Excuse me. 21 to 32, 10 to 17. Okay, let's take this one. And what was the other fire one? Area of effect, burn damage. Yeah, you can be fiery swine. You can be a fiery swine, Aloth.
I haven't been in here for, must be 5, 6 years. Used to be real nice. Bright. Warm.
Could come down here and clear it up a little bit, dude. How do I select them all? All in all? Yeah. A rising sun and 3 dawn stars, the symbol of Eothas. And a dead body. Oh no, he's not dead, he's moving. Let's talk to this guy. Hello? Who's there? Leviathan. A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care, if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. He angles the look up at Adair. Paying your respects, Euthasian. He managed a pained grin. A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say. Safer down there than up here. No, safer down here than up there. Even with the rats as big as they are, a faint edge of hostility belies Adair's playful tone. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best. Times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter if that's what you're thinking. Not one of his types either. Vitan jerks his chin towards Adair. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'll have better luck. What happened to you? I was trying to avoid the spiders. He breathes under quiet laugh. I ran into a skulder. Might have gone a little better for me if the beast hadn't knocked the sword right out of my hand. Good blade too. Probably still lying there in the dust. He smiles wearily. But I'm not. So that's all right. It's not a bad wound, I think. Just hurts. I could go get your sword for you. Oh, that's kind of you. But there's no need. It wasn't doing me any good. You're welcome to it though if you find it. And more. If you help me get something more important. With the arm like this, I could use your help. The man points a finger upwards. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god, a grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over the Deerwood, from Reed Carras even. Not so much from Reed Carras these days. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Is this really the time for a history lesson? Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Roderick decided he'd been lenient on the Eothasians. He had his people go in, put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven. And the legacy will end, see? But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Wirtan licks his lips. Those priests. Maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get them down there, find their remains, maybe we can talk. Maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Wirtan breathes out. No small task. But there's coin in it for you if you need motivating. Well, I do like coin. And that smithy was pretty damn expensive. Aelof's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I have some questions first. Any chance there's something down there worth a little more than some old bones? Wurton looks around. Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up. Well, apart from me. And I didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you'll get first crack at them. I only ask that you do this favour for me while you're at it. I'll find them. Then, by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down here on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. You keep an eye out, and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Okay, another mission. Could be a dangerous one. So, let's save the game. La dee la lee doo. Shit.
Hello there.
Hello. Who's that? Jeremiah! How you doing, Supremacy? Oh, excuse me. Why, hello there! Okay. Who is this? This is Alof. Let's see what his magic's all about. Arcane Assault.
No Roman FFS, it's not hello, it's General Kenobi, gosh.
General Kenobi! I don't know. Okay, let's try our new spells out. Rolling Flame. Ooh. Ooh, I thought I could hit them both. You know what?
General Kenobi, you are a bold one.
Let's move him here. Now let's get that spell on. So we're going to batter both of those. Confirm that. Hey dear, you just I guess fight? This spider here. And I will do my cat thing. Thundercats! Oh! Oh shit, I cancelled it.
Lavaru!
I didn't cancel it.
Lavaru, beyond.
Wait, what?
This is 1 month of me sitting in the front lost.
Whoa. Alof got knocked out. They were immune to the fire. Okay, shit. It's down to me and you, Adair. Okay, you okay, Alof? Okay, he gets his endurance back. Okay, so these spiders are immune to, well, it looks like they were. Where's my bestiary? Not in there, it's in here. They're immune to something. I don't know what, actually. Oh, here we go. Where's immunities? Which one was it? Spear spider, wasn't it? I think it was. I'm not sure actually. I have to wait until we see another one. Let's go this way. Ooh, scrolls. Oh shit! Okay, Aloth. Let's try that spell again, dude. Oh no, that's me.
Hey, sup.
Hey! What's up? Who's that? Alpha Chew. Confusing me, man.
Hey, sup.
Can use our bow with this guy.
Hi, I'm new to this game called Hitman. What do I do?
You kick ass. That's what you do. Wait, why can't? Where's my attack thing? I guess his attack's on its own, right? Yeah, there we go, attack.
What does kick-ass mean?
Lavaru, be on seat!
He's actually not doing anything with his bow and egg. Why are there more skull deer coming? What the hell? What? I've been knocked out? What the hell? Oh shit, dude. Okay guys, come on. You need to finish this, you need to finish these guys off for me.
Lavaru, be on seat!
No! No! Oh, he's down as well. Oh my god. This is not going well.
I could use a wee kick. Not to alarm you, but I'm slowly...
Hits him! Hit him!
Parathis!
Come on, Adair. One more. You got this. Good job you did have that as well. Holy shit. Okay, we need to heal up, guys. What's this? Minor regeneration. Give that to why can't I use it? Oh, it's for endurance, not health, okay. Pretty pointless then. What's this one for? Also endurance. Okay, we might need to camp. Already. I'm gonna have to read these books off stream because they're too long. My throat hurts when I read too long. Fine sword. I'll take it. I can sell it. To His Grace, I write to implore. The rest of this letter is crossed out in several places and abandoned altogether. Okay, we don't want to go in there. Not yet. We might not have chosen the best course of action coming in here. I might leave. Aloth's health is pretty screwed. Mine and Edith is okay, but I've not got the endurance to take anything on.
Laying low.
That's not nice.
I can get it to spill its secrets. It's done.
Okay, we can't. Must be a secret passageway. Book of Verses. Ah, I should have read some of that. Yadnung, the bright star, spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry, calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand of the shining god, and was afraid. O wanderer, hear me, she spoke. You are known to us, and your deeds put you far from salvation. And he wept, for he knew that his sins lay bare before this great illumination. Then Sorgarmus spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness, even for you, if you will embrace him. Harmke knelt before them, then resolved to save himself, and asked what he must do. And Mordegon spoke. Her voice was like the songbird's final hymn, bidding farewell to the day's light. What darkness lies within you? You must cast into his light. Your sins will be burned from you until you are newly formed, reborn into his keeping. So spoke Modegund, but Eadnung warned him, saying, You have walked all these years into darkness, and must now return. You will find the path like treading fire, and at every step you will be tempted to turn away, but no harm will come to you, if you keep your faith. Uh, 15 to 22 slash PS, half a second interrupt time. What about the sword he's using? 15 to 20 the same, half a second. I'm thinking get the hell out of here, guys. I'll come back another day. Oh, what's that? Yeah, I think the clever thing is to come back another day. For show. For show, my friend. The hell is it? Yeah, let's go out here.
Well, I'm going to go stream Battlefront 2.
That looks like some kind of magic magician there. Okay, Alpha, take care, mate. No, let's go. Why can't I get my little cursor on? Oh, we're gonna come back. I'm gonna come back here another day. In fact, I'm gonna end the stream soon as well, so hey, you're up.
Greetings!
Hello there. I'm still exploring up level, no sound of anything yet. Well, Gibati, to figure that out in the lower reaches for certain, I'll be here. Yeah, we're not ready for this battle yet. Like, there's more than one level. We almost died on the first level. So I'm going to go back to the end, I'm going to rest, and then tomorrow we will start our journey south to do our two side quests and our main quest. Yawn. I'm not going to be able to afford 83 pieces for this bloody inn every night, so I guess we're staying in the common room tonight, guys. Unless one of you wants to pay.
How do you do?
No active bonuses, but oh god, my god, I'm so tired. At least it's free. God, fucking hell. Au revoir, mes amis. Adios, amigos. Arrivederci, mi amici. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. Sayonara, mio friendo. Good night, my friends. As always, I love you long time.